Sup guys, Leon Mooky here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Had Rean Schwarzer's Powers. This is part 3. In the last part, Izuku took place during the entrance exam, saved Ochako, and also got second place in the entrance exam. With that said, let's get into this. As Izuku basically told Bakugo that he got into UA, with Bakugo saying that of course that he would, and that he also got into UA as well. Soon after telling Bakugo that, he told his mother, as she also began crying tears of joy for her son and began hugging him, with Izuku crying again as well. The next day, everything goes just like it would as canon, as Izuku and Bakugo are called by their principal and wanted to congratulate both of them on getting into UA, as both Izuku and Bakugo say thank you as they go out, as Izuku saying, "Man, it's gonna be great to be finally we can become heroes like we always dreamt of. I can't wait to save and protect the innocent once I graduate." With Bakugo saying, "Stop being so dramatic. Come on. I'm gonna head back to class. Also, you better make sure to meet me out for training," as Izuku saying, of course, we can't slack off for one bit." As the day goes by, as Bakugo went on ahead to their usual training spots. As for Izuku, he still stayed in the class and wanting to message his master saying that he got into UA as well, but unable to call him. Mostly probably he's in a place where he wouldn't have much signal, or he's pretty busy right now. As he runs out of the school and heading to his usual training spot where him and Bakugo are, as he runs into a girl he never met before, as saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there." With her saying, "Oh, it's my fault, I should have seen where I was going as well." With her having that of a black cat with a purple ribbon on her tail right next to her, as the girl has brunette hair with a long braided ponytail and wearing glasses as well. With Izuku offering her hand as saying, "Here, let me help you up," as she's saying, thank you very much." As she's saying, "You seem familiar. Have we met before?" As Izuku saying, "Not that I know of. Judging by your school uniform, I'm guessing you don't go to the same school as I do." As Izuku became a little bit curious, as he's never seen a school uniform like hers before, and it's not been in any area that he's been in Masafu. As she says, "My apologies, I just transferred here out of the country, and I'm supposed to be living around here, and I can't find this address." As Izuku saying, "Oh, really?" As he looks at a piece of paper which says an address on it, with him saying, "Oh, just take a right and keep going straight and take another right and you'll be there." And is saying, "Thank you." Saying, "Don't mention it." Is wanting, since you'll be around here, since this is also my neighborhood as well, tell me, what's your name?" As saying, Emma Milstein. As she soon picks up a black cat saying, "And this is Celine." With soon after Izuku saying, "Aw, what a cute cat." As he soon began petting the cat and also scratching behind her ears. As soon after, the cat began purring a little bit, with soon hissing soon after. As saying, "Oh, I didn't mean to," as saying, "It's alright, she doesn't really get used to people so easily." As soon after, both of them began leaving, with Izuku saying, I wonder wonder why she's just moved here. It's almost the end of the semester after all. With Izuku feeling a little bit puzzled, but doesn't really say anything, but doesn't really think about it too much, and heads to meet up with Bakugo. As Izuku makes it, Bakugo's saying, "You're late. Hano, where the hell were you? With somebody at your speed, I bet you would be here in a matter of seconds." As Izuku saying, sorry, Kachan. I bumped into somebody and I had to apologize. As Bakugo feeling annoyed and says, "Let me guess, it was a girl." Is Izuku saying, "Wait, how did you know? Lucky guess. And basically, I know you. You have the most weird luck when it comes to women." With Izuku getting a little bit annoyed and saying, "You're still on that? Come on, it's just a coincidence. Nothing more and nothing less. Come on, at any rate, let's get to training." As he draws his wooden sword, with Bakugo preparing his explosions, as the two begin clashing between one another, with them taking a little bit of a seat against the wall, and as they saying, "Well, it looks like you still haven't slacked up a little bit, even for a second." Is Izuku saying, "You too, Kachan. It looks like you're doing better with your own personal martial arts. Those kicks flying around in the air while kicking people, it's quite unique in a way." As Bakugo gives off a little bit of a cocky smirk saying, "Well, I can't stay behind you forever after all. Just because you've had proper training doesn't mean jack shit to me after all. I still plan on becoming the #1 hero, and you still being my sidekick, or being close to at least #2, like always." As Izuku saying, Sure, whatever, Kachan." As Izuku gets up and puts his wooden sword back on his side, saying, "I'll see you tomorrow, Kachan. Be safe on the way back." With Bakugo saying, "You too, Hano. And you better not be slacking off when the next time we spar again." As soon, Izuku just waves back at Bakugo. And then as the next couple of months go by, Izuku is done being in junior high and now is a first year at UA High, the most prestigious hero school in the entire country, alongside Shuketsu. As Izuku leaves to head to UA, he stops by Bakugo's place as he's greeted by Bakugo's mother, Mitsuki. As she was surprised to see Izuku, as Izuku wondering why, with her saying that Bakugo already left to go to UA, as Izuku is really confused, wondering why he left already, as that we could have left to go to UA together like we always do. With soon after she's saying that it's probably because he just probably felt tired and bored waiting for you. That's my good-for-nothing son for you. As Izuku feeling annoyed as well, kind of that Bakugo already left without him, but also said hi and told her to take care, with her saying the same to Izuku. As Izuku heads to the train station, he soon notices Emma, as he wanted to say, "Oh, Milstein, was it?" Is saying, "Yes, it's been a while, Midoriya. How you been?" As Izuku saying, "I'm doing well." And by the look of her uniform now, is that she looks like she's going to UA, the same as him. As he asks questions, wondering if what class is she going to be, as she says class 1A, as Izuku says the same thing. As he says that it's pretty coincidence that they're going to be in the same class together, as she's saying the same thing as well, that she only got into UA due to a scholarship that allowed her to be in class 1A. As Izuku saying that's really great. Is he also began thinking it had to be one heck of a scholarship, as her Japanese is pretty fluent for somebody who hasn't come to the country. as she's saying that she's practiced quite a bit, wanting to come to one of the best schools in the world after all. Is she feeling a little bit embarrassed with Izuku saying that, if he feels like he's prying too privately, with her saying, no, it's okay. And she gives off a little bit of a smile with Izuku doing the same thing as their train finally stops and they arrive at UA. And on the way there, they go through the gate and even go through a couple of hallways where they see a gigantic door, as Izuku kind of feels a little bit intimidated that the door is this huge, with Emma feeling kind of nervous, as Izuku takes a deep breath and soon opens the giant door. As he looks inside, he sees all of his future classmates, with one of them being his childhood friend and current rival being Bakugo, as he begins arguing with the same boy during the entrance exam with glasses, as not just him, but also another boy being with green hair and also glasses, and that boy being somebody that Izuku knows, being Machias, as both of them begins, as the boy with the blue hair saying, why would you have your feet on the desk like that? You're besmirching the seats that our predecessors once sat in. As Machias began thinking, exactly. Do you not have any respect for the seat that you're in? As Bakugo feeling annoyed, as Ida was one thing, but having another know-it-all in his ear is starting to annoy Bakugo, saying, do the two of you just have stick up your asses, or are the two of you just wanting to annoy me this early on in the morning after all? As soon thinking, I think I got on the wrong foot here. As the blue-haired boy introduced himself as Tenya Ida from a semi-private school academy. As Machias thinks, come on, Ida, you can't just give your name and try to start over with somebody with such a ruffian like this. As soon after, a blonde-haired boy, looking like he's pretty bored, saying, this is so annoying. As both Izuku and Emma feel like they've walked into one heck of a crazy war zone in their classroom right now. As soon after, Machias noticed Izuku is saying, hey, Midoriya, it's good to see you here. I'm glad that we're in the same classroom. Is even Ida noticed Izuku and walked up to him saying, you were in the entrance exam in the same area I was, and it seems like you were able to get into the classroom, get into the course as well. As Izuku saying, well, yeah, it's due to training, with Ida soon bowing his head saying, I lack the foresight. You must have knew about rescue points. I lack the foresight to see through the exam. You must have known ahead of time, or even knew that there was something up. As Izuku began getting flustered, saying, no, it's not like that. I just felt like rescuing people if they were in trouble, if they were struggling. After all, that's what a hero does. As Emma soon smiled and decided to take her own seat, feeling like they should talk, without Izuku and Machias and Ida noticing, with a girl with brunette hair saying, hey, I know that messy hair from anywhere. You're the boy who with the fire quirk and the sword. As Izuku began getting flustered, saying, oh, hey, you're the girl that got crushed by debris, if I remember. And saying, thanks. Thanks for reminding me. So, your name is Izuku Midoriya again, right? As saying, yeah, that's my name. That's my name, and you're Ochaku Uraka, as that recalls. As saying, yep, that's me. With her seeing Machias saying, I remember you. You're in the infirmary alongside me when he woke up. And saying, oh, yeah, Machias Regnitz. It's a pleasure to meet you, Uraka. as she's kind of surprised on how polite, well, Machias really is after their first encounter during the entrance exam and all that. With soon, as Ochako began wondering what they're going to be doing and who's going to be their homeroom teacher, saying that she can't wait to what's going to happen next. With Izuku thinking, it's pretty rude just laying on the floor without saying anything. It's just, who are you? As soon after, both Ida and Machias noticed this, saying, "Whoa, what the?" With Ochako soon turning around, as Bakugo getting a little bit pissed, thinking that Izuku didn't really greet him or even talk to him when he got in, with him getting up at his seat saying, "God damn it, Hano! You make me wait on you and now you're just going to ignore me? What the actual hell?" As he walks up to the group, as he sees, what the hell is that? As they look on the ground and they see a man who hasn't really had much sleep in a yellow sleeping bag, and saying, 8 minutes. It took you all 8 minutes to shut up, and that's not gonna do for me in this class. As he unzips the sleeping bag and began drinking a juice pouch, with him coming out of it and introducing himself. "My name is Shota Aizawa. I'll be your homeroom teacher." And with everyone kind of surprised, and soon entering the room, introducing himself again, with him pulling out somewhat of a gym uniform, telling every one of you, "Put this on and meet me outside in the next 30 minutes or so. Don't keep me waiting." As he soon after saying that, he soon leaves the classroom, with everyone feeling kind of confused. A couple minutes later, everyone soon is now outside on a track field, with Ochako wondering, aren't we going to be missing the entrance ceremony? With Aizawa saying, "You don't have time to be wearing stuff like that. When you're training to become a hero, every second counts." As he's soon saying, "I want to test in each and every one of you's skills and abilities." As he brings out a ball and tosses it to Bakugo, saying, "You, Bakugo, tell me, what was your farthest throw in junior high?" As saying, "I don't know, at least probably 50 meters or so." As saying, "All right then, throw this ball, but this time use your quirk." As Bakugo gives off a little bit of a smile and says, "All right then." With Bakugo begins stretching a little bit, and soon throws the ball as he screams, "Die!" being his typical catchphrase, and the ball exploding into the air as it goes all the way to at least 700 meters. As everyone in the class was shocked and surprised seeing this, as Aizawa was saying, "You got to give it your all in this exam. I want to see what you all are capable of with your quirks." As a girl with pink skin and a boy with blonde hair that looked like he had a lightning bolt in it, began saying that this is going to be a lot of fun, that we can use our quirks all they want. With Izuku thinking, "I don't think that's the case." As a boy with blonde hair saying, You stupid fools. You do know there's going to be a catch, right?" As they begin wondering, What do you mean?" With Aizawa saying, You catch on pretty quickly. The one with the lowest score will be expelled from the hero course and from UA as well." After hearing this, everybody began freaking out like crazy, with Emma saying, "But that's not fair. I believe that everyone here works hard to get into this school. You can't just expel us like that." As soon after saying, "Oh, Really? So, power-hungry villains are fair? Natural disasters? No, none of this is fair. Your job as heroes is to combat that unfairness. Remember why you're all here. You gotta go beyond, plus ultra style. After hearing this, many in the class began feeling a little bit nervous, as a girl with blue hair and a long ponytail began saying, "If you're only trying to say this to scare us, for me, it's only made me want to try even harder, to give it everything I have." As soon after, Izuku was shocked to see this. He didn't expect that somebody would actually take this as more of a challenge than anything, with actually him wanting to give it his all as well. After that, they soon began doing all the other events that they normally would do during this quirk apprehension test. During the 15-meter dash, Izuku basically got, second place in that, mostly due to his physical training and moving faster than a blink in an eye, after all. So yeah, Bakugo did get a little bit pissed, but he knew he wasn't going to beat Izuku in speed, after all. As for the long jump test, he didn't really get too far in that one, mostly just got at least, 10th place, barely. In sidesteps, he got at least second place again, since the first place being Mineta as usual. In grip strength, he only got at least, 10th place again, not really getting any higher than that. In the pull-up test, Izuku got at least 5th place in this one, thanks to his martial arts training and the 8 leaves, 1 blade style unarmed form. After that, all that was left was the ball throw, as Izuku didn't know what he would do. I mean, he could just engulf the ball in fire, but it wouldn't increase his arm strength or anything like that. After all, his flames weren't really made for. His flames didn't increase his strength or anything like that. And his speed didn't increase his strength either. It only made him move a lot more faster and more quicker, and even his arm strength too. And his arm strength didn't really change. All it did was increase his body's movement speed. Nothing more and nothing else. As for physical strength, that's the one thing that Izuku never actually excelled in. But even though he knew he wasn't going to get much, he still tried to give it his all, which only, got Izuku up to at least, 125 meters in the air. Not really high at all, even while the ball was on fire after all, which placed Izuku only, 15th place, if I'm going to be honest, which was pretty low. If all the events ended, Izuku and everyone else were waiting on who had the highest and who had the lowest, and who would be expelled. As Aizawa soon shows everyone's results, they see that first place was Momo, second place being Shoto, third place being a girl named Laura, fourth place being Bakugo, 5th place being a boy named Usis, 6th place being Ida, and 7th place being Izuku, as he knew that he wasn't going to get pretty far, but at least he made it into at least the top 10. That's all he could ask for. With last place being a boy by the name of Minoru Mineta. With that, Izuku looked around and see who would that be, as he looks at a short boy with looks like grapes on his head, with having that of a face of dread. With that, Aizawa soon says, "Minoru Mineta, grab your things and head to the principal's office and get an expulsion seat." As he said, "But that's not fair. With Aizawa saying, "Remember what I said. The world is full of unfairness." And if you can't take it seriously, then you have no right to be a hero. As everyone thinks that this is insane. As Momo believes, thinking, but I thought for sure that he wasn't going to be expelled. As Eustace thinks, I thought the same thing. However, I also expected that he might be expelled as well. It's a good thing I actually remembered it. So now it looks like I was both correct and wrong at the same time. As Machias looks at the boy saying, "Why are you so arrogant? Somebody just lost the chance of being into UA, and yet you don't care whatsoever." As the boy looks at the other boy with the glasses, with saying, "Why should I care? It has nothing to do with me whatsoever." With Machias getting pissed off at the blonde boy, was saying, "Where do you get off with your high and mighty attitude? Just who the hell are you?" As the boy basically removes hair out of his face, with him saying, "If you must know, my name is Eustace Alberea. I'm pretty sure you might know what my last name means, just to be sure." As a couple people in class did figure out what the name Alberea means, as the prestige company that is also a hero agency at the same time, known to be the best hero agency for those who want to start out and soon become top tier pros. After all, Aki is shocked hearing this name, but soon snaps out of it saying, "A name alone doesn't mean a damn thing. Just because you had a silver spoon in your life doesn't mean you have the right to think that you're better than everyone else here. Heck, I barely even seen that you even used your quirk a lot." Maki is being a little bit curious, as Izuku hearing this got a little bit curious too, as he only saw like a small fraction of his quirk being used in some way. With Eustace saying, "I don't have to answer you that, and there's no reason to right now." As saying, "Even so, I'm pretty sure my quirk is more useful than somebody with a quirk like yours after all." As he soon moves with a smug smile, as Machias gets pissed off, "Why you arrogant son of a..." With Izuku stopping Machias saying, "Machias, that's enough. He's just trying to get under your skin, you know that, right?" As Machias saying, "I know, but it just irritates me. People like him." As I was saying, "Are you all done now?" With him saying this, feeling a bit annoyed, as he tells them to change out of their gym uniforms and back into their normal uniforms, grab a syllabus, and they're free to leave if they want. But soon after, Izuku was surprised to have such an eventful day. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I would love to hear them. Also, like and subscribe, which really helps out my channel a lot. At any rate, this is Mooky, signing out. Later.